something for you, but keep it to yourself. I'm feeling curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come on, here with me, I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay, we'll take it slow.
And now for your top plays.
It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the New York Knicks going up against the Jazz out in Salt Lake City. Well, for the Jazz, they've had a tough time over the last few weeks. 3-7 in their last 10 games. We'll see if they can make amends tonight. Should be an interesting evening. Two teams that like to slow things down a bit.
Ernie, you sound like a record that's going wrong.
Yeah.
Man, need to speed you up. Put
Kenny,
that battery in your back.
what are some of the keys to running a really good half-court offense?
Why are you slowing me down, Ernie? Patience. Gotta have patience. Like you have to have the kind of patience that it takes to sit next to you and Shaq right now, while you guys are really making me feel uncomfortable with your slow motion manners.
Well, Ernie, he didn't answer the question
Oh,
right.
my goodness.
You have to value each possession because you may not get a lot of them.
That's the
Not
fastest
only
I've heard
that,
Shaq
Ernie,
speak.
Offensive rebounding can change a game.
Oh,
Excellent point.
Thank
man.
you, Ernie.
that's actually you need to
Keel.
speak like that more often.
Let's go courtside to Kevin
Kevin Harlan.
Harlan.
I'm the only one in
Harlan.
fast motion here.
We're at Vivint Smart Home Arena, the home of the Jazz, as 2K Sports brings you today's action. Live from Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. The Utah Jazz come into this one after the win against the Sacramento Kings. And that was a serious blowout. Not too many people can claim that they saw that coming.
Yeah, tough place to play on the road, and you just saw how comfortable they were shooting the basketball.
Well, we have to give credit to the coaching staff. Terrific offensive strategy. Got them some great looks.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge down on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Kristaps Porzingis was taken with the 4th pick in 2015, and he was considered a project then. But he's shown himself ready, and part of that has been his mentality. He said, they thought I was afraid, but that's not who I am. I'll never back down from anybody. If I want to succeed, I can't be scared of anybody. I've got to be fearless out there on the court. Kevin?
Thanks, GA. And what's scary is Porzingis is only going to get better. That kind of fearlessness will help him in the long run. Hey, Steve, we're here at the midway point of the season. You hear a lot about the rookie wall. Talk about why that is such an issue for these first-year guys.
It's not a myth. I mean, you haven't played this amount of games. And I think more importantly, people don't understand, you haven't played against this type of talent in practice. So practice is wearing you down. And then you get a chance to go up against the best of the best for 82 games. You play about 30 in college. Yes, that rookie wall starts to hit you around January.
Stolen by Cantor. So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Lee out there with Porzingis. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's Enes Kanter, and it's Jack in at the 1 spot. Rubio with it. It's tipped. And Jack kicks to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, and how about squeezing the orange as tight as he could there before the stuff?
Yeah, no way he's going to lose that thing on the way up. Here's Mitchell. Kicks it to Urebko. Poked loose. And the foul called on Porzingis. That's his first foul.
That's something you hate. You're trying to come in with an aggressive mindset, and that early foul could take you right out of it.
Here's Mitchell. In the game against Sacramento, very impressive. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. And it's the Knicks with the ball. 4-point game. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, guys, they were forcing it a bit in that one and shot a relatively low percentage because of it.
But you have to give them credit for being aggressive. The problem is they played too much hero ball. You have to be willing to make the extra pass.
And so it's Utah here with the ball, following the score by New York. Down low. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
You know, Derek Favors has played alongside a lot of different type of centers. That's why he's worked so hard to add a jump shot so it's not all clogged up in the middle.
Two shots.
And he can't get the first one. And Steve, when you look at Favors, if you had to pick, do you play him at power forward or do you play him at the 5? You play him at the center?
I think in the old days you play him at the power forward position, but I think right now, nowadays, he's maybe a shade better at the center spot. It's close. You could argue either way.
And he's good on the second.
You know, the shooting ability of Derek Favors combined with his size makes him a hard matchup for most defenses.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now here's Favors. 14 points from him the last game against the Kings in Sacramento.
He was really aggressive on the glass, too. He really racked up on the boards out there.
Here's Mitchell. Porzingis comes with the double team. 4 on the clock. It's a hand on it, and there's Favors putting it right back in.
They finally hit one after missing 3 straight.
Over in the corner, Lee. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Lee's got his first bucket of the night.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Now, here's Rubio. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Favors with the screen. Doubled by Lee. The 3. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
You know, the offense has just looked out of sync. Only 1 of 5 from the field.
Can't hit that one. And Utah the other way now. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
And their last time playing this club, foul trouble became a big problem for them. Their starters had to take an early stint on the bench.
You know what? That's unfair to the bench to expect them to pick up all of the slack. They need to stay away from slapping and reaching.
I just love the determination on that backboard. Coming out of the gates really, really strong.
He's playing with that one extra gear so far that none of the other guys have found yet.
Now, here's Ingles. 14 points from him the last game against Sacramento.
Favors can really hurt you from inside the paint. If he gets the ball in a good spot, he has the size and length needed to bury the shot.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
That's about as violent as a rim rocker as it gets. A real confidence builder.
No good, shot missing.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down. And from the opening tip, they have been in complete control of this one.
Dominate on the court, and it's showing up on the scoreboard. Let's see if they can maintain this level of intensity.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah.
And watching Porzingis play, you forget how tall he really is in terms of how he moves. Not only how quick he is, but also that skill set. Incredible that a player his size won the skills competition in last year's All-Star festivities.
Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for New York.
And you can see how big a role the three-point shot played in their offense. They were determined to spread the floor and just kind of open things up through their long-range game.
Jazz trail by 11. And that is what fools a lot of NBA fans about Porzingis. Most of the highlights, Greg, you see are his blocks and putback dunks. But if you watch his game, you see that skill level.
It's rare to see a player who's the complete package like Porzingis. I mean, he's fluid. He's got the easy-looking shot. It almost looks like he's a guard shooting the basketball, comfortable creating for himself or playing off others.
Yep, that one goes.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Rubio, the pass to Jerebko. They set the pick. Porzingis comes with the double team. They shoot again, and he lays it up and in.
I love the effort there. Refuses to give up on that play.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Man, hard to believe. Already they're staring at a double-digit lead, and we've just gotten started.
Fantastic effort. Right out of the gate, simply overwhelming their opponent.
Here's Mitchell. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Back to Favors. And there's the defensive 3-second call. Well, Steve, it's something that everyone has a different opinion on. How do you feel about the current amount of years a player has to play in college before they enter the NBA draft?
Well, Kevin, I look at it this way. I like the notion that people have been throwing around that you're able to come out of high school and go to the NBA. But if you choose to go to college, you must play 2 years. So I'm leaning toward and researching and looking at that. I think I'm on board with that because there are some guys should have the opportunity straight out of high school, and there are some guys I think need college. So I think if they can balance that out, and I think that's the way I would be leaning.
I like that perspective.
And coming out of the offseason where the Knicks had a really long to-do list, you knew they were going to shake things up and made some moves in free agency and realized they needed to build around Porzingis going forward.
Mitchell drops in the layup for 2. Mitchell's got his first 2 points. The Knicks leading by 8. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
And when you build a big lead like this, especially early, you have to guard against the letdown.
Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. Do they start to coast, or do they go right for the juggler?
Here's Rubio. The Knicks making the shot. Here's Ingles, looking for his first basket still in this one. Favors with the screen, 5 to shoot. The shot's good from Jerebko. And change was needed badly for the Knicks, and they did that starting with the front office.
Yeah, Knicks fans can have a dire outlook at times, but the team still has a solid foundation. It will take some time for the team to become a true contender again, but having players not be at odds with the front office, definitely a good start.
Here's Mitchell after New York gets the 3, and Rubio kicks to Jerebko from deep Ingles. The Knicks pull it in.
The defense fortunate there. He's a guy you hate to leave wide open.
Porzingis can't hit. Jazz trail by 11. Here's Mitchell. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Well, Steve, with all the sharpshooters in the league right now, we'll always see the pick and roll. It's never going to go away. Usually it was a small and a big, a guard getting the screen, the big then rolling inside and getting the pass. But now because the players are sometimes, we see smaller lineups, a lot of guards on the floor, 3 guards at a time. Sometimes you do see a guard-to-guard pick and roll. You see different sizes combining with the most standard play in the league.
You're totally right, Kevin. You look at the pick and roll, the hardest play to defend, and now we have the pick and pop. The bigs are not rolling, and like you said, we have guard-to-guard pick and roll. You want to just create a mismatch, and because of all the spacing, it's so hard because when a guy rolls down the lane, there's such a long run for defenders now. So that's why the pick and roll is great, especially with the new defensive rules. You can't be in a lane, so it opens it up even more.
Rodney Hood's checked in for the Jazz. And a switch here also for New York. Ntilikina's checked in. And he sinks the second. And the Jazz last season making the playoffs for the first time, Steve, in 5 years.
You know, ownership showing the patience to build this team back to contention. The front office, part of the San Antonio Spurs tree, drafting well and developing their young players.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Knicks shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. And the first one drops. And Greg, with Enes Kanter last season, he had to miss significant time with the broken hand, but his offensive game is something to watch when he's healthy.
He just plays hard. He provides that instant offense off the bench, a great array of post moves to pick from.
And the Jazz making a change here. Johnson's checked in, and so he makes both from the line. Jazz trail by 12. Johnson the screen, stolen by Kanter. And a fast break now for the Knicks. And Kanter throws it down.
Methodical in their approach. They have absolutely owned this first quarter.
My opinion, it's been the commitment to pounding the ball inside. That's what's giving them the upper hand.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. And the Jazz call time here.
And guys, it was just announced last season that the Jazz had transferred the team's ownership to a legacy trust intended to keep the team in Utah for generations to come. Apparently, the move is a first of its kind in major North American pro sports.
Greg, you look at the Jazz, that legacy trust means that all profits are reinvested right back into the team.
I mean, a tremendous move, recognizing that the team belongs to Utah and the people of Salt Lake City. This is truly a community asset.
A different look for Utah. Udo comes in for Derek Favors. And Alec Burks subbed in for Mitchell. Then for the Knicks, Beasley comes in for Porzingis. And McDermott subbed in for Lee.
And that's a tough one, but on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Some guys, they just know how to get away with it, and some don't.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Taking a look at Boston. And not a surprise, really, to see them sitting there in that number one spot in the conference. The excellent brand of basketball they've been putting on display lately has been terrific. And, of course, New York, just way behind.
And I think for the Knicks, they've just lacked that one extra piece that could put them over the top this season. They haven't been able to kind of set themselves apart.
What they've done, they've kept themselves in the playoff picture, though. They haven't been spectacular, but they're still in the race. And we all know anything can happen in the postseason.
And the basket by Rubio.
Usually on the front end of the catch and fire. Rubio on the finishing end right there.
Here's Ntilikina. And taken away by Johnson. Outside Hood. Burks in the corner. And it's off from three-point range.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
And you need talent, Steve, but, you know, the value of chemistry can't be overlooked either. And as a player, how do you make yourself a good teammate? How do you help in that regard toward good chemistry?
Well, I think one is being a good person, understanding the game of life, and it's about winning, not about numbers. It's about letters, W's and L's, and you want W's. You look at a lot of teams, and they play well with each other, and they're unselfish. Unselfish teams usually win.
Well, they said the same thing about you. You're an all-star caliber player, but you're a great teammate. I think for a player, that's like the highest praise you could get.
Yeah, it is. When you start talking about guys that he's a great teammate, whether he's a superstar or a guy, the 12th man, guys want to be around that. And usually you see those guys hang around the league longer than other guys that are maybe more talented or better players.
Good on both. Here's Rubio. 9 points last game. Johnson outside. And the three off target. The Knicks leading by 13. Here's Cantor. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all.
And with his percentage at 87, he's done just about everything they could have asked when it comes to free throw shooting.
The first one falls. And Cantor drops them both.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Jazz trail by 15. And Rubio kicks to Johnson. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And here's Rubio. 6 on the shot clock. Udo dishes to Burks. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Misses the three.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Cantor's shot is off. Utah shooting 39% in the early minutes of this game. Hood kicks to Rubio. He dishes it to Udo. That's tipped. Now Cantor. 20 points for him last game against Memphis.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
And the basket by Rubio. Rubio's got 6 points.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
I love the fact that Ntilikina is skilled at being a ball mover. He's got a pass-first mentality, and that's winning basketball.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 6. Burks can't get it to go.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
The shot's good from Ntilikina.
And Ntilikina is a blur in the open court, so fast and has a terrific feel for which route to take in transition.
Here's Hood. Boy, that win against the Kings, he's another guy who really showed up to play. Rubio can't get that one to fall. The Knicks leading by 17. Here's Baker. Good D by Rubio.
I'll tell you what, despite the miss, he's going to be looking for that same shot again.
Here's Burks. And it's blocked. Beasley against Johnson. And it's Beasley, that time in the assist by Cantor. Cantor's got 3 assists in the game. they've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's the screen. Johnson kicks to Hood for three. It's rebounded by New York. Cantor's got his fourth rebound in this one. Baker, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's McDermott. A shot, no good. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Ahead, here's Johnson. Beasley with the rebound. Beasley's got his third rebound tonight. Some nice passing by New York here. Cantor's shot is off.
And forcing the miss there, he just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
Now, here's Burks. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Johnson, that's for two. And too long on the shot.
This is a problem for him. Inconsistent from the mid-range.
Cantor. And again, it's the Knicks missing. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Outside Hood. Stolen by Cantor. And now the Knicks on the break. And the layup's good off the glass. Cantor's got 16.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Rubio with it. Looking to end the drought. No good on that one. And so it's New York with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a comfortable margin for the Knicks here, guys.
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Fun to watch. They give you no time to set up on defense, and we see that reflected in the score.
New York leading by 21. And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And New York looking at who they've got. Ntilikina out there with Baker. Then it's McDermott. Then there's Beasley. And it's O'Quinn in at the center. And the Knicks with possession here. Following the miss by Rodney Hood. And so it's Utah here with the ball. And Rubio kicks to Udo. Rubio outside. Rubio missing again.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead. Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
The Jazz shooting just 28%. They are offensively out of whack and out of step with each other at this point. Another miss by Utah. Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Baker, no good.
That was very tight defense. He tried to force the layup anyway. I think that was a questionable decision.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers for Ntilikina. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging about 4 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Backup point guard, always an important position, and he fills that role beautifully.
Without a good floor conductor coming off the bench, your offense can quickly grow stagnant. He solves that problem well.
The wide open look here for Ingles. Hits it from three-point range. Ingles has got his first 3 points of the game.
This is what these perimeter plays are designed to produce. Quality looks for spot-on shooters. A little undersized at the 4, but he can get off the ground.
Utah has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter.
And Frank Ntilikina out of France, played pro ball in Germany, and a lot of fans in the U.S. might not be as familiar with him,
But for NBA execs and scouts, that's their job. Ntilikina has a game worthy of their attention.
Here is Udo. Michael Beasley picking up that last basket. Hood kicks to Udo. Passes it to Rubio. He feeds it to Ingles. Shot clock at 6. Hood can't get it to go.
I'll tell you, the defense dodging a bullet right there. That's his shot.
They get it back. The shot's good from Ntilikina.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
And Rubio kicks to Johnson. Tipped away. Pass to Udo. There's the feed to Rubio. Another miss by Utah.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Now here's Hood. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And Rubio kicks to Udo. Feeds to Hood. And it's Hood again missing. The Knicks have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. The shot's good from Ntilikina.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now here's Rubio. He has 6. Utah calls timeout. And Smitty, every NBA player who plays as long as you did has a moment where they realize Father Time has caught up with them. Was there a specific moment for you, for instance, when you realized that you had to retire, or you were being asked to retire?
Hey, Kevin, great question. It happened all in one sequence.
Oh, really?
I was playing the power forward position. Imagine that. I start in this league as a point guard. I go to the power forward position. I step out to hedge on Jamal Crawford. He throws it through my leg and keeps it and lays it up. I look over at Bernie Bickerstaff, and he nodded and said, "You know what, Smitty, it's time." I said, "Golly, coach, in the game, in the middle of the game." But that moment, I realized the game was passing me by with these young guys. And me and Jamal Crawford has talked about it. It was one of those moments when I didn't even react. I knew my reaction skills were gone.
That's an amazing story.
And look, you never want to see a team gut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
A different look for Utah. Derek Favors checked in for Udo. Urebko comes in for Johnson. And it's Mitchell in for Rodney Hood. And then for New York, Porzingis, he's checked in for Beasley. And Jarrett Jack has subbed in for Ntilikina. Now, here's Rubio. Here's Mitchell. Back to Ingles. Shot to stop the run. That one, no good. Here's Porzingis. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. And that one misses. And Utah Jazz head coach Quinn Snyder was an outstanding basketball player in his own right.
Well, yeah, he was an All-American point guard in high school. His high school team, Mercer Island, was ranked #1 in the country. He got at Duke to 3 Final Fours. He didn't play pro basketball, but he got his law degree, his business degree, and he went into coaching.
Shot from the inbound, and so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. They get Derek Favors. The Knicks have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
The first free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe. Utah's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter, less than 20%, but they've continued to let him fly. Porzingis comes with the double team. The pass to Mitchell. Shot to end this cold run. Favors dishes to Rubio. Pass to Jerebko. Ingles kicks to Mitchell. Nailed from three-point land. Mitchell's got 6.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
Porzingis can't hit. The Jazz shooting just 26% out there, a terrible showing from an offense capable of much better.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
And he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
Now here's Rubio. He has 6 for the finish. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
Here's Jerebko. Another miss by Utah.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
The offense is running well, but more importantly, they're taking the shots they know they can make.
Hard to maintain your discipline, but obviously this was the game plan coming in, and they're carrying it out.
So it's Utah now. The Knicks making the shot. Mitchell kicks to Favors. Now the dish to Mitchell. Here's Jerebko. Sinks the three-pointer. 7 points in the game.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
The execution on point. Just terrific timing on these passes.
You know what? Controlling the pace, being patient, great vision. We're seeing it all tonight.
Here is Rubio, following the score by New York. Here's Mitchell. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. 5 to shoot. Ingles with the ball. Now Thomas defending. Ingles can't get it to go. New York shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there. Good on the bucket.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Now here's Rubio. He's got 6. Dishes it to Jerebko. To the wing right side. Mitchell. Off target from three-point range.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
The Knicks have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. And the first one drops. Courtney Lee, he's checked in for Lance Thomas. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. The Jazz shooting about 26% out there. They need to get a better look. Hardaway with the steal. Down low. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist from Hardaway. 26 points for Porzingis.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them. And Tim Hardaway Jr., the son of a former all-star point guard. Junior, not maybe the same ball handler his father was, but he can sure fill it up. And I really feel like he's established his niche in the NBA. Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 6. They set the screen. And here's Ingles outside. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. O'Quinn's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Hardaway Jr., a 6'6" shooting guard out of Michigan. Talk about his game a little bit for us, Greg. Analyze where he is.
Above average in terms of his athletic ability, improving defensively, and right now he's playing off the ball, whether spotting up or filling the lane. I think this guy's got a chance to be special. He's passionate, and boy, does he compete.
Now here's Favors. He has 7, 6 to shoot. Mitchell kicks to Rubio. Over Jack. That one off the back iron and out.
Yeah, momentum right now is against them. They're just going to have to figure out a way to ride this one out.
You know, easier said than done. What they need to do is string together some positive plays, try to turn the tide.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Ingles kicks to Favors. Over O'Quinn. Favors can't get it to go.
Wow, he had it at point-blank range, but the defense was all over him.
On offense, here are the Jazz. And here is Ingles. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. The shot's good from Jerebko.
His second make from beyond the arc this quarter after hitting none in the first.
Kicks to O'Quinn. Over Favors. O'Quinn can't hit.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Lee with the steal. And O'Quinn slams it in.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Now Rubio. He has 6.
Hey, watch Ricky, watch Ricky.
Lobs it up for Favors. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's O'Quinn. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And Rubio kicks to Favors. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. And that's now 9 points for Derek Favors.
He's done his job tonight scoring the basketball, but they've still been outplayed overall.
Nice shot by Porzingis.
He's been making plays all quarter on a terrific hot streak, helping to build out this lead.
They set the pick. Outside Favors. He kicks it to Jerebko. Back to Favors. On the wing, Ingles. Off target from outside.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
Hardaway, that's a 2-pointer. Favors with the rebound. Favors has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Mitchell's shot is good.
Crossing up the defense, and that's what you expect from Rubio. Terrific vision.
Here's O'Quinn. It's rebounded by Derek Favors. Utah shooting a terrible 27% from the floor. Boy, an off night for them to say the least. Here's Mitchell. He's got 8. And here's Ingles outside. Drills it from outside. Ingles has got a couple of 3-pointers in the second for the Jazz. The Knicks shooting indicative of smooth offensive play. Up at 60%. They're a machine from the floor. No good from Lee.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth, physical basketball, guys.
Jack against Rubio. Out to the right wing, Mitchell. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
The defense late to react. A beautiful play we just saw.
And so it's New York, able to put on a show for the ages. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with head coach Quinn Snyder. Coach, what adjustments are you going to do in the second half?
You just got to keep playing, keep taking the shots, and that's not the issue as much as us not executing on offense. And when we don't score, sometimes our defense lags as well.
Everybody wants to see the ball go in the basket first, right? Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, y'all. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. There was no stopping Kristaps Porzingis in the first half. He had 32 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, Porzingis continues to contribute way ahead of schedule. I love the shot mechanics he has on his jumper, and he's on balance, his high release and smooth follow-through. He's putting up these numbers, and he's putting all of these doubters to silence.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Utah?
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks. They need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
And that wraps up halftime as the game is set to get back underway. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and crew, standing by courtside.
We welcome you back now to Salt Lake City with a breathtaking view of the layout of this beautiful town. Now, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. And it's been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really valued each possession.
You know what? It's hard to do. Staying focused and disciplined with your approach.
They've got Joe Ingles. Mitchell is out there with Ricky Rubio. Then there's Favors, and it's Jerebko in at the 4 spot. That's the group right now for Utah.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Favors passes to Mitchell. Ingles with the ball. Favors sets the pick for Ingles. To the inside. Favors can't get it to go.
Yeah, you love the solid screen, but what you hate is just the inability to finish.
You can see he's frustrated with that one. Knows it's up to him to make that play. You like the aggressiveness, pushing all the right buttons. He has this team rolling.
Here's Mitchell, following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Favors sets the pick for Rubio. Good on the 3-point shot. Rubio's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the result. Yeah, and in terms of accuracy, they are dominating the second half.
I like that they're trying to maximize the value of each possession, and you know their coach likes it.
Utah is shooting a low 30% right now, an ugly offensive performance.
And that's the shot he wants, just a little bit out of rhythm.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. And Jarrett Jack, the bucket on the assist from Enes Kanter. Kanter's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Utah has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And Favors kicks to Mitchell. They set the pick. Rubio with a wide open look. And he's good on the 3-ball. Rubio's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for Utah. The shot's good from Cantor.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And the thing that really sticks out when you look at Derek Favors, his defensive versatility. You know, he can guard the 4s or the 5s on the inside or out, and to have a player like that allows your team to excel.
And that one falls for Favors. And despite Favors' size and strength, he really moves his feet well.
And that's tremendously valuable in today's NBA, the ability to stay in front of smaller men in switches and pick and rolls. He has terrific lateral mobility.
And he makes both free throws. Knicks have gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. And the dunk by Porzingis.
He has taken it upon himself to score the ball as much as possible for his team. He's not looking to pass it right now.
Jazz have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Rubio dishes to Jerebko. His three-pointer's off the mark. For New York, they've gone a spotless 6 of 6 from the field since taking the court here in the second half.
And what a fantastic start here to the second half. They have yet to miss.
Now, here's Rubio. He's got 12. He dishes it to Jerebko. The Jazz working the ball around now. Favors sets the pick for Ingles. 4 on the clock. Here's Rubio. The Jazz again can't hit it.
Looking a little tentative on a very makeable shot, and this one was uncontested.
Another shot, and scoring with the play inside is Cantor. Cantor's got 20.
Guys, he's having a ball out there. I mean, we knew going in that he'd have an advantage on the glass, but I didn't think he could be this dominant. What a difference.
And he's not going to back off. Even with that big lead, he's going to get more motivated to keep stretching out their lead.
Here's Ingles. After Enes Kanter's basket, Jerebko. They grab their own miss. And that one's good by Favors. Favors has got 13.
One of the foremost offensive rebounders in the game. Favors always in pursuit.
Here's Jack. And he uses the glass on the layup.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Utah's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. And Rubio kicks to Jerebko. Doubled by Jack. To the inside. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Cantor. The rebound by the Jazz.
And forcing the miss there. He just knows how to pressure you defensively.
And also protecting the rim at all costs. I love the anticipation to affect the shot.
Rubio misses.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
Changes up. That's good from Cantor on the assist from Hardaway. Hardaway has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Now, here's Rubio. He's got 12. Passes it to Favors. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And a new group in for the Knicks. Beasley's checked in for Porzingis. McDermott comes in for Courtney Lee. Baker, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Ntilikina in for Jarrett Jack. Utah is shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. And pushing it up, here's New York. Here's Ntilikina. Second shot opportunity. No good on the layup. Jazz shooting around 29% from the floor. Tough night for them all around on the offensive end. Ingles in the corner. They set the pick. Favors sets the pick for Ingles. To the inside. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Favors has got 6 in the quarter.
Great pick and roll there by Favors. When he slashes to the basket, he is hard to stop.
He had stolen by Ingles. Here's Rubio. The shot comes out. Excellent D there from Beasley. New York shooting and offensive execution has been beyond great there. 63% from the floor in this game. And the Knicks miss again. McDermott's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. From deep Ingles. And Cantor pulls it down.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's McDermott. Utah with the rebound. Urebko's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Pass to Ingles. He feeds it to Urebko. And a miss there on the triple.
Awfully hard to get back into the game when one of your key shooters is this ice cold and has been all quarter.
Nice shot by McDermott.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
And here's Utah. And here's Rubio. 12 points for him. On the wing, Ingles. Nice shot from the wing. Ingles has got 8 points. And it's the Knicks with the ball. Moving on from this game, they're scheduled to take on the Lakers at the Staples Center. That'll be the 4th game in a 7-game road trip.
Ntilikina is a guy who's known for passing, has great instincts, and really is good in terms of his ability to just move the ball.
New York with the ball. Beasley kicks to Baker. And stolen by Favors.
Hey, watch Ricky, watch Ricky.
And it's Favors slamming it down.
And it only takes a couple buckets for Favors to get rolling. They got to keep feeding him the rock.
And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was. Count that one. He's got 8. Here is Rubio. The feed now to Mitchell. Favors with the screen. Now, here's Ingles. Defense right on him. Here's Ntilikina. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Yeah, and I'm impressed with the quickness of Ntilikina. I think that part of his game is underrated. He just has that quiet confidence about his abilities, and he has shown a little bit of explosiveness at getting to the rim.
And so it's Utah here with the ball, following the score by New York. Ingles kicks to Favors. Shot clock at 5. All sorts of time. And that one goes long. Knicks shooting so well, 63%. The offense working as one cohesive unit. Here's Beasley. Goes up again. And Cantor with the lay-in. Good. Cantor's got 24.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Lobs it up for Favors.
His marksmanship this quarter has been unbelievable, yet they still trail in this game.
And so here is New York. Here's Ntilikina. And the shot falls short this time. Here's Mitchell. He's got 11. There's a screen. McDermott with the double team. Here's Mitchell. Back to Ingles. Beyond the arc. Knicks with the rebound. Beasley's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
What a play there. The hoop plus the harm.
The Knicks making a switch here. O'Quinn's checked in. For New York, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Udo's checked in for Favors. Johnson comes in for Urebko. Alec Burks checked in for Joe Ingles. Rodney Hood subbed in for Ricky Rubio.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good. And for the Jazz, they're shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. And it's Mitchell missing.
He's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not to be.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
The Knicks have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. Lance Thomas, he's checked in for New York.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
On the free throw, no good. Utah shooting a low 30% mark from the field. Here's Hood. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound. O'Quinn's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
I like Rodney Hood. He plays with great patience. He goes through his progressions off the pick and roll. Once he gets past his initial defender, he keeps them walled off behind him and forces the help D to make a decision.
Here's Mitchell, following the score by New York. Udo kicks to Hood. Feeds it to Mitchell. Nice ball movement by Utah. Now the pass to Burks. There's the dish to Udo. Here's Mitchell. 11 points in the game. And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. And Hood standing 6'8". Even the defender's breathing down his neck. He can get his shot off without Steve too much concern.
You know, the reason why is he's a triple threat. Pass, shoot, drive. He's shown the ability to read the defense and make the right decision.
A three off the inbound.
He started off solid. Had 2 threes at halftime, but blank from deep since. I can't believe he hasn't hit a shot all period. Someone else needs to step up and help close the gap.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Here's Mitchell. They get a hand on it. And Johnson now top of the key. 6 on the shot clock. Burks with it. Now defended by McDermott. Burks can't get it to go.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
He wants to help his team, but when you're in position to finish, it's hard to turn that down.
Here's Mitchell. Pass to Hood. Can they get it? It's rebounded by New York.
This is how it's been so far. He's missed every shot he's taken, and the team is suffering the consequences.
Here's the Jazz with the ball. Burks kicks to Mitchell. Dishes it to Burks. Passes it to Hood. Here's Mitchell. A second chance effort was shot by Udo, no good. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots.
See, in this half, I feel like he's a much different shooter. Calm, focused, and letting things come to him.
Here's Mitchell. 11 points in the game. Left side, Hood takes a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Hood's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Ntilikina. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And you can see he's been working on that post game. Ntilikina showing some skill set down on that low block, using that length to his advantage.
A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for New York. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Back right after this. A chance now to hear Coach Quinn Snyder talking to his team moments ago in the huddle.
What are the
the biggest things is not to react to anything. Okay, get to the next play and get the defensive boards. All right, stops means defensive boards.
Well, as we just heard, asking his guys to just keep it moving. Quinn Snyder doesn't want his guys to get caught up in their own heads.
I mean, great point. There's no value in dwelling on each mistake. Learn what you can, then forget about it. Move on.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. And New York, looking at who they've got. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Lance Thomas. Then there's Trey Burke. Then it's McDermott. And it's Baker in at the shooting guard position.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Here he is doing it again.
Jazz shooting just 29% in this game. They are not a pretty sight out there offensively. Johnson, wide open, he fires. No good from outside. Burke, the pass to Thomas. That one doesn't drop. Johnson with the defensive effort.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Screen by O'Neal. Johnson kicks to Burks. Back to Johnson. He dishes it to O'Neal. Misses from short range. Knicks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Time now for an injury report. And let's get an update on Enes Kanter's injury. David, what'd you find out there?
Hey, guys, the head athletic trainer for the Knicks gave us some information. He said he turned his ankle, and it is definitely starting to swell up. Boy, losing a player like him right now, just a huge blow. They depend on this guy so much, Kevin.
Well, thank you, David. Hopefully, we'll see him very soon.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, every so often a team will have a home game and see their stadium flooded with fans for the away team. Happens when a especially good, popular team is playing a team kind of in a bad part of their schedule, or maybe just in a bad part of their development. Smitty, do players notice when this happens, and does it bother them at all?
Yeah, players notice it. It does bother you. It happened to me when in the Chicago Bulls era. You hear people cheering more for Michael Jordan than their own players. It's because people love to see winners. People have their favorite players, and a lot of people right now look at it as they want to come see their favorite player. As a player, you just got to go out, beat Michael Jordan, go out and win, and usually the fans will turn into your favor.
Count that one.
Alec very comfortable shooting from mid-range. That's a shot he can get with his driving ability.
They get it again. McDermott. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket.
And a high percentage look there, and he takes full advantage, bumps up the lead.
Yeah, the lead now is double digits. Some tricky matchups out there, not a lot of solutions.
Now, here's Burks. He used that pick to get in close.
Excellent play call there. The defense was not prepared for the pick, and as a result, they gave up the wide open look.
And Thomas, here we go. And that one, good. For Utah, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Neto kicks to Udo. Now Burks. And it's Neto in the corner. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Here's Thomas. It's rebounded by Udo. Udo's got 6 rebounds in the game. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And here comes the break. Burks in the corner. Kicks it to Johnson. No good that time. And New York the other way now. Here's McDermott. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And with the business of basketball booming, most players are afforded a pretty lavish lifestyle. There's no doubt in not only the NBA, but in all sports. Certainly a blessing. But Smitty, are there downsides to all that notoriety, all that money, all that lavishness?
Yeah, it is, Kevin. I think the downside is, one, you can't live that lifestyle
if it's lavish for the rest of your life. And I think second, it takes away. You are a public figure right now. You have to understand that. And that's the downside. Being able to go out with your family, being able to go out to a restaurant, you got to understand, yes, there's going to be fans everywhere, and it takes away from that. So I think that's the two things for me is guys got to understand that lifestyle doesn't last. And I think also, personally, it takes away from what you can do out in public.
And McDermott drops them both.
McDermott on your squad is like having a guy that you can rely on knocking down shots from the stretch four position.
Johnson the screen. Now here's Burks. Tight defense on him. Ball stolen. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Here's O'Quinn. That's in there. Thomas with the assist. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 16 rebounds. Here's Neto. He kicks to Burks. Knocked loose. And it's out of bounds to the Jazz as Utah retains possession. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. 5 on the clock. Burks for 3. But they'll get another chance. Another shot. That one rolling around and rims out. For New York, they've gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Jazz will take it. And the Knicks making a change here. Beasley's checked in. Jazz have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the third. Pretty cold down the stretch. Here's Neto. Johnson the screen. Here's Burks. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Utah's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Udo kicks to Burks. Pass to Udo. Jazz passing it around. Neto, the pass to Johnson. Back to Neto. Well, the NBA has taken great strides to ensure a competitive balance, Steve, over the past decades, but they have a long way to go to achieve complete parity. I don't know that it can ever be done. How do you feel about the current competitive balance of the league right now?
You know, I think it's good, but Kevin, you're totally right. You can't get complete parity. You're going to have injuries, and I think when you have injuries, it changes the whole dynamic of these teams. So far, so good for me. I think it's a lot of balance. Good teams are good for a while, and then it always shifts and changes. I think we're in good hands right now.
No good on that one. Bradley's checked in for Udo. And he sinks the second. The Knicks have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Beasley, and it's Beasley finishing it off.
And this is the value of letting the play develop. You find the weakness in the defense.
Utah is shooting 40% in the fourth. Burks kicks to Neto. Bradley dishes to O'Neal. Back to Bradley. The pass to Neto. He feeds it to Bradley. Here's O'Neal. Drains the three-pointer. O'Neal's got 5 points in the quarter.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Coming out of the break, they've relied on their perimeter offense to generate points. Right now, it's working.
Now, here's Burks. Michael Beasley missing his last shot. Burks kicks to Bradley. Pass to Neto. The feed now to O'Neal. And it's Bradley off the drive. The shot, no good.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Here's Neto from 11 feet away. Bradley with another miss.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away. I'll tell you, he just hasn't been able to get it done on the offensive end. It's kind of dragged down the team.
Yeah, they are really starting to push it now.
Utah has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Burks kicks to Bradley. Neto, the pass to Bradley. Feeds to O'Neal. Screen by O'Neal. Off the screen. Burks can't get it to go. The Knicks have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots.
I love the technique he uses, leveraging his position down low, then just using sheer size to snatch the rebound.
Now, here is O'Neal. Johnson kicks to Bradley. The dish to Burks. There's the three. Burke grabs the miss.
And the truth is, I've been there. He's trying to find the rhythm on his shot. He feels like he's close, and that's why he keeps shooting.
Yeah, and he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D takes it himself uncontested.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
Attacking on the interior, I like that attitude.
And Joe Johnson with a long and illustrious career like yourself, Smitty. He had the very good years in Atlanta. When you think of Joe Johnson, what comes to mind?
You know, the first thing is he has great handles for a player of his size. The crossover, able to get the defenders on their heels, and he does it in slow-mo. But he can score from anywhere.
That's good from Johnson.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
A nice move, attacking in the paint with confidence.
Neto, the pass to Bradley. Now, here's Burks, guarded closely. And it's Neto in the corner. Shoots. The rebound by Baker. The Knicks shooting impressively throughout at 62%. No good from Beasley.
And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself.
Now, here is O'Neal. Connects from three-point range.
And every set they're running looks like it's designed to produce a triple.
Interesting approach coming down the stretch. Looking to rack up points in chunks. Boy, this is rough on him. He wants to help out the team, which is playing well otherwise, but his shot just isn't there.
Neto kicks to Bradley. Jazz passing it around. A shot by Burks. Nobody around. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
And he comes up with the deuce. 16 points for Beasley.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Neto kicks to Bradley. Passes it to O'Neal. You know, Smitty, as the game grows internationally, we've seen a contrast drawn between the academies, for instance, in Europe and Australia and the youth basketball organizations in this country. Do you think we're doing it the right way? Should there be change, more policing of just how things are run at a very young level?
I think more policing, Kevin. I think also coaches being better equipped to be able to be around young kids. I think also how many games these kids are playing. I think obviously you want them to have games, but when they're playing 5, 6, 7 games in a weekend, I just think that's too much.
Here's Beasley. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. Udo's checked in for the Jazz. And a switcher also for New York. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Hernan Gomez. He hits the second from the line. Here's Neto. Dishes to O'Neal. Kicks it to Bradley. Back to O'Neal. Pass to Udo. Burks on the wing. Takes a 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Burks has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
That's where Burks has shown he can be efficient shooting the ball with the catch and release.
And the pass to Neto. He dishes it to Udo. They set the pick. O'Neal kicks to Burks. To the middle. Here's Neto. And the layup is good.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Knicks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And I think a great job in positioning themselves for the W here. It's win number 21 on the season.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-gamer.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Enes Kanter.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
And it's Utah's ball. And it's Udo atop the key. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth.
Something for you, but keep it to yourself. I'm feeling curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come on, here with me, I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay, we'll take it slow.
And now for your top plays.
It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Here we are with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel Shaquille O'Neal, Ernie Johnson. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the New York Knicks going up against the Jazz out in Salt Lake City. Well, for the Jazz, they've had a tough time over the last few weeks. 3-7 in their last 10 games. We'll see if they can make amends tonight. Should be an interesting evening. Two teams that like to slow things down a bit.
Ernie, you sound like a record that's going wrong.
Yeah.
Man, need to speed you up. Put
Kenny.
that battery in your back.
What are some of the keys to running a really good half-court offense?
Why are you slowing me down, Ernie? Patience. Gotta have patience. Like you have to have the kind of patience that it takes to sit next to you and Shaq right now, while you guys are really making me feel uncomfortable with your slow motion manners.
Well, Ernie, he didn't answer the question
Oh,
right.
my goodness.
You have to value each possession because you may not get a lot of them.
That's the
Not
fastest
only
I've heard
that,
Shaq
Ernie,
speak.
Offensive rebounding can change a game.
Oh,
Excellent point.
Thank you, Ernie.
that actually was, you need to speak like that more often.
Let's go courtside to Kevin
Harlan.
Harlan.
I'm the only one in fast motion here.
We're at Vivint Smart Home Arena, the home of the Jazz, as 2K Sports brings you today's action. Live from Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. The Utah Jazz come into this one after the win against the Sacramento Kings. And that was a serious blowout. Not too many people can claim that they saw that coming.
Yeah, tough place to play on the road, and you just saw how comfortable they were shooting the basketball.
Well, we have to give credit to the coaching staff. Terrific offensive strategy. Got them some great looks.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge down on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Kristaps Porzingis was taken with the 4th pick in 2015, and he was considered a project then. But he's shown himself ready, and part of that has been his mentality. He said, "They thought I was